Don't Believe the Truth is often talked about as the return to form Oasis album. I wouldn't necessarily say that because I'm a fan of everything they've done in some degree, but I do feel like they hit the sweet spot with this album. They kind of managed to bring it back to really quality rock and roll songs and rock and roll legitimacy, but also the creative stuff they tried I think really worked. So in this video we're going to rank every song on Don't Believe the Truth from worst to best. Let me know your ranking in the comments below. Subscribe to this channel. I talk about Oasis and all these sorts of bands all the time, and let's get into it.
You turn me out, love's like a bomb, blowing my mind.
I feel like this is one of those songs where people talk about Liam Gallagher braying, having an annoying voice. I usually completely disagree. When it's songs like Love Like a Bomb, I do agree. I do think Liam sounds annoying on this. I think the melody's very repetitive. I don't really like it. I just get put off by the whole feeling of it. And on this album, they do have an idea that runs through, which is they'll keep the same melody through verse and chorus. And it works a lot on a lot of songs. Like the instruments are the same throughout, basically. It carries a kind of theme and mood. On Love Like a Bomb, they try that and I'm just not interested. I just think it's not a strong enough melody to carry a whole song. And there's a vocal effect on Liam's voice, which I don't like. I don't like how Liam sounds on it. I just never really have got into this song, and I always will try. Every time I listen to the album, I just never can. What do you think of this song?
Suddenly I found that I'd lost my way in this city.
Part of the queue is next, and I don't think this is a bad song. I think it's okay. I think it's an ambitious song. It kind of conjures up a different sort of sweeping cinematic vibe. I do respect the experimentation on this. It's quite a spooky little song. Every time I listen to it, I imagine kind of carnival characters dancing around, and I feel that vibe all the way through Don't Believe the Truth. I just feel it's got this kind of carnival atmosphere, and Part of the Queue does that. I just think it's decent. I think Noel's vocal effect is good. His vocal performance is good. It just lacks that hook for me of being a great Oasis song, but I do enjoy it. I just don't think it's amazing. And from this point on, I pretty much like all the songs, so it's kind of, because this is a great album, it's kind of organising them in level of like, basically. Mucky Fingers is next. This is a song that's really grown on me over time. Originally when I heard it, I didn't really like that kind of guitar and piano melody that goes all the way through and doesn't change. Now I like it, I get swept up in it. I like the kind of unique vibe of it. You can really imagine lots of Brits relating to this song. It's very much about dismissing these kind of ideas that we've all accepted as normal, and getting frustrated with the way things are going and what we are forced to believe, and are our beliefs really coming from ourselves? Should we have this passion in our country, in what we're told, or should we think for ourselves? That's what this song's about, kind of reaching this place of kind of complete alienation, this song is. Fed up with life in the city because all the phonies are blowing my mind. You know, that says it all. You found your God in a paperback. You get your history from the Union Jack. Like, it's just all about kind of a snidey realisation of maybe you shouldn't put everything, all your eggs in basket with Britain, and just believe everything that this is just amazing when really you feel quite alienated personally. I like the retro kind of theatrical vibe of that piano and guitar team up. It has this kind of ground level, real lyrical feel to it. Noel's performance is very, very good. It keeps my attention. I enjoy this song. I feel like this is where, on this album, it's a return to form, but they do experiment, and this is one of the experiments that works.
Who kicked a hole in the sky so the heavens would cry over me?
Let There Be Love is next, and again, kind of a love-hate relationship with this song over the years. There are better Oasis ballads, I think, but I still think it's a decent track. I still think it's pretty good when you compare it to other bands' ballads, of course. And I like how this is kind of a nice affectionate, comforting song, wishing someone well. That's all that running throughout Let There Be Love. There's just a real love pouring from it, a real wishing someone well. And there's some lyrics that really hit you hard. There are little powerful lines that show the weight of the world on your shoulders, but also it's very much let there be love, telling someone to carry on. And Oasis are very, very good at these songs of bringing people out of tough places and just restoring self-belief. And you know, it's a nice, gentle, ethereal sort of song, nice feeling. It's relaxing, it's heartwarming, it's gentle. There are just better Oasis ballads, but it's still good. It's a very good song. Next up is The Meaning of Soul. I love this. It's a dirty, quick little burst of rock and roll energy. I love how scrappy and spontaneous and off the cuff this song feels. And I love how it's kind of led by this really aggressive acoustic melody. There's lots of acoustic stuff throughout this album, but they use acoustic guitar on this album how they would use electric. Like, they use it to rock out, and I really like that. It really does feel like it was really quickly put together, because it's a very quick little song, but it's great. Liam's vocal is great when he comes in with that chorus, which again feels very off the cuff and just, you know, a burst of energy, but it's a great chorus. And I also love the driving forward, quick, fast pace of the song, and that's running throughout Don't Believe the Truth. There's a real driving forward feeling to this album, and I feel like that was a lot down to Zach Starkey, who was the drummer for the band around this time. He really has a thumping drum style, which kind of leads the songs really fast paced, and he kind of carried that on in Dig Out Your Soul. And I like this little era of Oasis where the drums were really hammering away and the pace was really just enthusiastic and driving forward.
I could be your lover, you could be your mine, we go on forever till the end of time.
Next is a song that I really am interested to talk about. It's Guess God Thinks I'm Able, written by Liam. I've always been very fascinated by this song. I think it's a very interesting little mysterious song. Kind of has this wondering, pondering, slightly bouncy, slightly unpredictable feel, but again, it's all led by acoustic. They do a lot with acoustic on this album, but it kind of has this kind of circling feel. Feels like you're on a strange, twisting street in a way. That makes sense? I hope it did. Maybe someone understands this, but I've always found that. I've always found like I'm sort of in a maze when I listen to Guess God Thinks I'm Able, and it's crazy that he did it with such a simple song. This shows Liam Gallagher can write really interesting songs. I really felt this song is about those unpredictable days at the start of a relationship where you're optimistic, you're in love, but you're also cautious and you're scared and you're full of anxiety and worry. You don't know where this is going to go. There's just lines that scream that, such as, you could be my enemy, I guess there's still time. That really hits me. And, I'll get around to loving you, is that such a crime? Like, it's a really kind of confronting song, but it's also a comforting song, because it's like, yeah, I understand. Liam's writing about how you feel. You don't know how you feel early on. You feel like you want to be with them, but you're also so skeptical. You're also learning to trust them. And I love that. I love that. It's a fascinating little idea for a song. And the acoustic riff, again, it just wraps me up. I love it. I really love this song. Liam was maybe trying to be smart with the spelling of the song, spelling Guess God Thinks I'm Able, A-B-E-L, which is a reference to Cain and Abel in the Bible. Trying to be a little bit smart there, but I guess it makes the song stand out. It's a memorable title, and I love that little phrase, Guess God Thinks I'm Able. So, and Liam's lyrics are great on here, so you've got to tip your hat on this song.
But I don't mind, as long as there's a bed beneath the stars that shine. I'll be fine.
Oh, here we go. We're getting into some fantastic songs. What an album this was. I actually forget how great Don't Believe the Truth was, but The Importance of Being Idle. The moment that opening riff and drums comes in, that was unlike anything that was around at the time. That's a really strange opening to a song. Just this jarring, hard acoustic melody mixed with Zach Starkey's drums just really catches you off guard. We get one of Noel's best vocal performances ever and best lyrics ever, just about being someone content with being lazy and everyone telling him he is. And I feel like it's one of the most songs, if maybe the only time in history, where Noel created a character on the track. When I listen to The Importance of Being Idle, I don't feel like I'm listening to Noel Gallagher. I feel like I'm listening to a character he created, a lazy guy singing his heart out on the song and just let me be. Like the personality really shines through. It's such a believable vocal where Noel goes outside of himself and you believe it's someone. And everything about this song, just the mood of it, the style, the oddness, the quirkiness. A song like this got #1 back here. This song got #1. That is never happening now. No, there is more chance of me getting #1 with a song I wrote in 5 minutes than this getting #1. And I'm delighted that it did, because it shows that a strange, odd, quirky song with this kind of hard acoustic melody and it doesn't sound especially catchy, but in its kind of anti-everything, it is kind of catchy. I love songs like that, and this song got #1, guys. Can you believe it? This was Oasis proving there was still a force to be reckoned with experimentation. People have wrote them off. People have said that Oasis they were never going to fulfill their potential. You listen to stuff like The Importance of Being Idle, it's better than anything anyone was writing at the time. People need to give more respect to Noel Gallagher. Like, oh yeah, he wasn't writing What's the Story, Morning Glory anymore. No, but he was writing Importance of Being Idle. That's what you wanted, him to grow into this new character. I honestly feel like when Noel made the changes people asked for, they didn't give him credit anyway. And you know, this was just a stunning piece of work.
The sun will shine on you again. A bell will ring inside your head, and I will be brand new.
A Bell Will Ring was written by Gem Archer, and it's just a tour de force of distilled joy. This song just fills me with this energy, and I love the opening guitar lick is very Rolling Stones and just very rock and roll, and as soon as the song gets going, it's just great, it's just cool, it's just fun, it's just happy. And I love the lyrics on this. Liam's vocal is incredible. He really brings you out, he brings you up, you know, he lifts you up with his vocal. The sun will shine on you again, a bell will ring inside your head, and all will be brand new. That is just positivity personified. I would encourage anyone who is depressed to listen to this song, and that is just distilled joy. It's hoping the best for someone. I love how Oasis were able to do that. They wanted their songs to lift people up. They wanted their songs to captivate and to be songs you could come back to that would restore how you used to feel. It's a very restorative song. And Liam just sounds like $1 million when he sings that line. It just, every time, it lifts my spirits. I love this song with all my heart. And Gem wrote a modern Oasis masterpiece on this song. Like, people don't give him credit enough. This is a fantastic song.
Come on, turn up the sound, turn it up for everyone. Love one another.
Now we're into the top 3. Again, keep letting me know in the comments your ranking of Don't Believe the Truth. Let me know what you think of mine. Number 3 is Turn Up the Sun. I love how this opens the album because it has this triumphant feeling. It has this Oasis are back feeling. And again, the thumping Zach Starkey drums are there from minute 1 with this really just crazy over the top, vibrant riff, which opens things up and you're pumped up straight away. You're like, yes, Oasis are back. There's a menacing and cool Liam vocal on this song, and the line that opens up the album, I carry a madness everywhere I go. That's just a spectacular opening line to an album. The chorus is very simple. Come on, turn up the sun, turn out for everyone. But you can just imagine a field of people singing this. Again, like, there's a real festival feeling to Don't Believe the Truth. I really feel like a lot of these songs were just written to be played live. But I just imagine summer and people happy and just singing along to Liam belting this out. The song has one pace, and that's not a criticism because that runs throughout. Like, Guess God Thinks I'm Able is the same kind of guitar style all through the song. Importance of Being Idle sort of is. There are other ones. What's that one? Love Like a Bomb doesn't really work. Turn Up the Sun is that continuous beat, that continuous guitar style for the verse and the chorus. But it's addictive. It's great. It really, really works. This is just bouncy summer brilliance by Oasis with a tint of menacing, with a tint of darkness, and I like that. It had a, a ballsy element to it, and that's what Oasis were kind of trying to get back into, like making radio-friendly rock, but giving it that real edge, that real rock and roll spirit.
I'm no stranger to this place where real life and dreams collide. Even though I fall from grace, I will keep the dream alive.
Somehow I love this song so much that when I was recording I forgot to talk about it. Don't know how that happened, but okay. Number 2 is Keep the Dream Alive. I think this is a fantastic song. It really has that Oasis dreamlike quality when they try and go into those realms of thought and just reflection. And it's just a lovely sound to it. It's just a really airy and dreamy sound and a really gentle guitar to it. And the lyrics are great. It's a life-affirming song, but it's a drifting away song. It's a song full of longing and imagination, and it's very whimsical, and I love it. But it's still a rock song as well, and it's a really, really kind of well put together version of this. I think Oasis in the past have had songs that are kind of dreamlike and fantasy-like, which don't really go anywhere, such as Probably All in the Mind. A lot of people have a go at that song. There's songs they've tried to do this before on. This really hits it. It's just very, very well written and lyrically well done. And Liam sounds great. He takes you to those places where he can be, beyond the rock star. He can be more of what the Beatles were to him, and, all those bands that he loves, that were less rock star-esque. He's a big John Lennon fan. He's a big Beatles fan, obviously, so it allows Liam to kind of captivate you in that way. I can't believe I forgot to talk about it when I was recording, but back to the video for number 1.
Calling all the stars to fall and catch the silver sunlight in your hands.
Number 1, some of you guys who know the channel probably guessed it, but it is Lila. It is just a perfect pop rock song. It really is. Oasis at the time regained their respect. This song also went to number 1, and it should have gone to number 1, because it was just, when you see all these pop bands writing songs, you see Oasis write a pop song which is actually brilliant, which actually has stuff to it. Like, it's genius how that acoustic riff has become just as memorable as any of their electric riffs. Anything that was going on at the time, that acoustic riff that opens things up is kind of mind-blowing. When you first hear it, I'm like, that's a staggering, unbelievable riff. And it's very simple. Oasis always making the ordinary into the extraordinary. And teamed with Zach Starkey's drums, which come in on the back of it. This is just a perfectly structured song, instrumental-wise. It's just captivating stuff. And Liam's vocal, he sounds like the biggest star on planet Earth. When we had doubted his voice, or people had doubted him coming up to this, he just nailed every single line in Lila. Calling all the stars to fall and catch the silver sunlight in your hands is just a fantastic opening line. A great line for a pop song, but also it's not just a pop line thrown together. It actually means something. It's a meaningful, affectionate song about love. And I love that chorus. When you see him play it, the fans go nuts. And I love how it's acoustic led. Again, this acoustic led song is just as powerful as any of their electric stuff. So again, there was different stuff on Don't Believe the Truth. They were making anthems with an acoustic guitar, and I find that really impressive. The instruments really, in a way, were the star of the show on Don't Believe the Truth, as well as the songwriting and just Liam's staggering vocals. But I think the instruments deserve, their part here, because Noel and Liam and co arranged the songs perfectly. It came up with the perfect instrument arrangements, which are kind of maybe being rejected in albums such as Human Chemistry, where it was just, yeah, they didn't really think about it or as much, the instruments. There's really an effort, and I feel like it carried over into the next album, Dig Out Your Soul, an effort to create ideas and moods and feelings and a good song structure through the instruments, bringing the drums more to a forefront, using more experimental vibes of the guitars and pianos and all this stuff. So I really respect that. But then nail it into a pop song with Lila, and it's still a pop song that sounds nothing like they've done in the past, but it still re-established Oasis as everything they were in the past, improving, I feel like, on a lot of their pop songs of the past. And they deserved all the success they got with Lila. It is a masterpiece of a song. What do you guys think of Don't Believe the Truth? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your ranking. Let me know what you think of mine. I am back on this channel, hopefully very consistently. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and let me know anything else in the comments if you just want to talk about music. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.